It's been over 3 weeks since a British F-35B fighter jet was grounded in India, and now a team of UK aviation engineers has finally landed in Thiruvananthapuram to carry out urgent repairs. The $110 million fifth-generation jet, among the world's most advanced, made an emergency landing at Kerala's Thiruvananthapuram airport on the 14th of June and has remained parked there ever since due to technical issues. British Royal Air Force Airbus A400M Atlas took off from Thiruvananthapuram, leaving behind a team of technical experts at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport to assess the F-35 fighter jet. A six-member team from the British aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales had been guarding the jet stationed at a remote bay of the airport. Earlier this morning, a team of engineers arrived with specialist equipment to assessing the aircraft. The UK also accepted India's offer to use the maintenance, repair and overhaul facility, with discussions ongoing to finalize the logistics. The jet, which belongs to the Royal Navy, may either be repaired on site, dismantled for transport or flown out using a heavy lift aircraft like the C-17 Globemaster. The F-35B is known for its vertical landing and short takeoff capabilities, designed for deployment on small ships and tight runways. Meanwhile, the Indian Air Force has been assisting with the operation and will support efforts to get the aircraft back in the air. The UK has thanked Indian authorities and airport officials for their continued support. Over 3 weeks since a British F-35B fighter jet was grounded in India, and now, in fact, a team of UK aviation engineers has finally landed in Thiruvananthapuram to carry out urgent repairs. The UK, meanwhile, has thanked Indian authorities and airport officials for their continued support. The Indian Air Force, remember, has been assisting with the operation and will support efforts to get the aircraft back in the air. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Varghese Abraham, who joins me with the phone line with more details on the same. Varghese, let's start with the basics. What could have really caused a high-tech aircraft like the F-35B to make an emergency landing?
Well, first of all, what we understand is that when the landing was, permission was given, this was part of the British carrier group that had come for exercise with the Indian Navy, and one of the planes, that is the F-35, which is a $110 million plane and a very sophisticated fifth-generation plane, it gave the signal that it did not have enough fuel to return back to its parent carrier, which is the ship that was taking part in those exercises. And therefore, it was given permission to land in Thiruvananthapuram airport. Now, once the plane had landed, the pilot stood with the plane, and India had offered help to, in fact, revive the plane. But since it is a very sophisticated plane and carries a lot of secrecy when it comes to its stealth technology, the British were, in fact, reluctant to take any sort of help from Indian engineers, as it could help in unraveling what this plane or aircraft is all about. So, to protect its secrecy, the pilot, in fact, stood with the aircraft, and then the team from UK took over it. But the interesting part of it that has been, they've been trying to, in fact, get the plane off air, and they've been trying to, in fact, ensure that it works. But it has been stuck for almost 22 days at the Thiruvananthapuram airport, and it also became a tourist kind of an attraction to a large extent. Only yesterday was it allowed to go into a hangar that was provided by the Indian authorities, and a team of 25 engineers is expected to come in. We don't know what could be the reason for this, because of the sophisticated technology that is involved in it. It's stealth technology. It's said to be a very secret secret combination of various technologies that the United States had been working on for a very long time. And therefore, also it's one of the costliest fifth-generation planes that has ever been there. So clearly, they don't want those secrets to fall into other hands. So that is why they've been quite protective about this. And the UK, being a partner to this particular aircraft, have also been careful to ensure that the aircraft is maintained. But clearly, after it has been stuck for 22 days, it had become kind of a subject for memes in the country as well, saying that the
And you
F-35
know,
had
on this note, I'd also like to understand from you, how serious is it for a fifth generation stealth fighter to remain grounded for this long? We're talking about 22 long days.
well, that itself shows that the problem associated with the aircraft is quite uh, intense, and that it's going to take a lot of understanding. You're having a team of 25 engineers coming down to check out what could be wrong. So that itself explains the sophistication of this technological machine that is there at Thiruvananthapuram airport right now. So the option for them is whether the plane could take off or dismantle the entire plane, put it onto their transport aircraft and take it away. That's the other option that has been left to them. So there is no other way that it can leave the plane back, since it's not a normal kind of a jet, and therefore it has a lot of seekers associated with it. It is not going to be easy for them to, in fact, leave it back. But the number of engineers involved in this itself shows that the sophistication of this aircraft is such that it requires a lot of people to actually find out what could have, in fact, resulted in this kind of a problem. Initially, they said it could be a fuel issue, and therefore it could have been refueled and it would have been in the air, but doesn't seem to be a fuel issue. And plus, this same aircraft, Neha, has been offered to India by the United States, and of course this comes as bad publicity because this aircraft has been stuck in one of India's airports as well. So clearly, not everything going well for the F-35 when it comes to marketing, but it has in fact created quite a stir as an unexpected guest at the Thiruvananthapuram airport.